All right, hello everybody. I'm going to be doing a daily news segment, and this is the first episode, so very excited for it. This is going to be on my YouTube, where I'm going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into a few different topics. And to give you guys a quick overview, is I'm going to have these slides made every day, and then I'm also going to be over here asking questions, going a little bit deeper on all the topics, and just for this first episode to explain through this whole process. My goal is to not only get to know people, meet people. I'm going to be linking my community and my website, where I'm going to be having all my free resources, all that good stuff. My goal is to use AI to build an audience for the things that I am building, and show people what's possible. So let's hop right into it. And so for this one, I've been busy getting it all made, getting it all set up on OBS, which is the recording software. So I haven't gotten to go through the materials yet, but now and in the future, I'm going to use different strategies for curating my material and content. So let's hop into it. So the Iran war ended overnight. The Strait of Hormuz opens again. And so I've seen a good amount of information on this. I feel like it keeps going back and forth with it opening and not opening. I think. One aside. I'm gonna stay out of too much of my political beliefs. The whole point of this is another good point, to be objective, to give you guys true news of what I see actually happening and what is actually happening. So I'll go more into that on another time, but I know there has been a lot of activity with the Iran war in the Strait of Hormuz. So the blockade was lifted first. The ceasefire was confirmed June 14th to 15th. And it was reopened. And so 20% of the world's oil moves through the strait, which is very interesting. The strait remains closed and is reopening on conditions. And so one big thing I saw is $300 billion. $300 billion. Is it to Iran? It's either Iran or Israel. U.S.-Iran framework. Resources funded by U.S. taxpayers. Self is paying Iran. So that's interesting. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to look more into that soon, but I want to go more into AI and business news as well. All right, that's an interesting one. Where all of the good old taxpayer money is going. So yeah, energy prices is a big one. I've seen and heard that I talked to Griffin, but our energy prices are really going to get shocked after a certain date, and I think we've already reached that date. So our gasoline, oil prices are really going up. And the whole point of this, by the way, is for me to educate myself and learn on the fly, learn with you guys about things that are actually happening in the world. Because I think knowing recent news and knowing what's actually going on is very important. I mean, not just to know, but to apply. Like if you see, I need to think of some better use cases for you guys, but it's definitely worth knowing. Yeah, engineer. This was one I was very interested in. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys this. Can you please explain what Jeff Bezos' new Prometheus investment is?
Jeff Bezos' Prometheus investment is a venture focused on using AI to automate the design and manufacturing of complex products, like jet engines or medical devices. It launched around late 2025 with about $6.2 billion in funding. By mid 2026, it had raised another 12 billion, reaching a valuation of about 41 billion. Bezos also stepped back into an operational role as co-CEO for this project.
What exactly do they do?
Jeff Bezos' Prometheus project is building software that automates engineering for complex physical products, like jet engines or medical devices. Their aim is to
Interesting. All right, because I heard about this one, and he's been a little bit hands off on Amazon, but it's interesting to see who he's coming back in. So it's design, real things, so a lot more hardware. One thing with hardware I'm very interested to see is what hardware not only looks like, but how it's applied in different industries. I'm so high on the hardware industry and how it gets integrated with AI. Bottleneck moves. If AI does the engineering, the rare skill stops being building and becomes. And so one big point on this is engineering with AI and what you're able to do is very commoditized. And so, Cloud Code, Codex, people use Cursor as well. It's going to get so good to where it can just do absolutely anything. I believe, there's still a little bit of use for the technical team. Of course, me being non-technical, I'm going to say that with, my perspective. But, there are definitely going to be the benefits of having people who have a technical background. Even I myself, I want to get a little bit of a technical background just to understand the concepts and how things work. But I mean, for some certain products, of course, it's going to be more or less important. It is going to be able to do everything that you want to do, as long as you're using like correct practices. And so more of it is going towards prompting, having, a good way to actually do those operations. I'll get more into that in the future. This is Fable, I assume. Yeah, Claude Fable went down. Very sad. I'm really looking forward for it to come back. It made very good. I made a mobile app. I made a game. And I think the big story with AI being able to go down like this is it's being treated differently, and I think it's more of a power game now of the U.S. government especially being able to say we're going to take this down. Previously, AI has just been treated like a regular old product, something normal, and honestly, it's kind of a good thing for these companies because now the U.S. government is really going to put more of a blockade on consumer use, but I mean we all know that it's going to go back into enterprise hands for the right price, especially with the government itself. Previously, Claude had been labeled a supply chain risk, which had never happened before for a U.S. company. So definitely something to note there. Oh, yes, big national asset aspect. AI now is very much controlled by the U.S. and China. I think even the U.S. being a capitalistic country and government, I think we're going to continue to stay so far ahead. We're going to keep building data centers. We're going to keep innovating, starting new companies, putting and pouring a lot of money into not only consumer products, but the energy behind it, which is going to be very important. And with the energy, very interested to see where we go if we go to space, the oceans. Interested to see where this is going. Attackers breach 100 plus. Big thing with security. I'll get into. I'll do some stories in the future on specific security, but I'll just give you guys my overview. I do not know if we're going to be able to. We're never going to be able to stay 100% safe. I spoke to somebody who works in the security industry, and he says you're just figuring out how much risk you can protect from. You're never going to be able to stay 100% safe. We're never going to be able to stay 100% safe. We're going to be able to decrease the amount of risk that we have using certain, physical, protocols, and also, the tech stack that we use, how we use it. I think there's always going to be people who can just about hack anything. So I'm very, very interested to see how, in a security measure, we keep people safe. I really hope we keep everybody safe. That's definitely the ultimate goal there. Okay, just first. A lot of it is like very average companies who have normal security. I can walk in there. I can walk in there and say, "Hi, Claude. Can you do a security scan on this company? See what you can find." I'm gonna find things that shouldn't be found. Obviously the banks, bigger companies, insurance, Fortune 500, they're going to spend more time, more money on this because it matters. It's their reputation. They can get sued. But I think soon, as the cost comes down on these things, it's going to become way more common that people get hacked, which is, it's bound to happen. I mean, the cost is going down. The attacks are getting stronger. And it takes less time. I mean, it's all. I don't know. We'll see. That's something I'm definitely interested in. We'll see. Good old SpaceX. Here we go. They went up 19% in one day. Definitely could have seen this coming. I was very interested in it. They bought Cursor recently as well, which I think definitely. I would say it's a good buy. One thing that I can add on to that is companies are, instead of buying the company, if it's a $2 billion company and it's four main guys who built it, they'll go poach a guy for $100 million and you just take the talent for that price, which is worth it, because instead of paying $2 billion for the company, you just go get the really good talent, which is what you actually want. I think that's kind of what they did with Cursor. And they got 4 MIT students who are just quite cracked, as they say. Next $1 trillion company. Elon's doing a good job up there. I'm really excited. I think space is definitely going to be a very interesting thing. I think whatever you want to say about Elon, he's doing a lot of things. Of course, there's controversy with everyone. He works very hard. I won't go too much into it. Of course, there's things that have happened, but he's just a brilliant individual. Apple killed a laundering service that took a 30 cent turned crypto around in under an hour and ran its customers. I'll have to look into it. So, by the way, this is my first time doing it, and so I'm going to figure out the formatting that I like of how we can do these decks better. But this is just the first one. I want to get more comfortable making podcasts, putting myself on the camera, posting content, making content more consistently. But yeah, no, it's definitely fun. All right. More security. So I think for my security stories, I want to make it more about how so I'll do a little bit of news of just like the blurbs of news, what you can get out of it. I want to do a little bit on these of like how you can be a little bit smarter and, just more prepare for these things to happen as well. Start your browser now. Fix works once you launch Chrome. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. NVIDIA, big one. They have chip prices just going through the roof. I talked to my brother yesterday about the chip prices, and he showed me the time that he did it, and he bought a computer versus now, and it's it's just insanely expensive. It's it's crazy. I see that's going to be a big story as well. Um, how do chip prices change? I mean, we need the physical resources in order to actually build um, what's it called? Jesus, chips, manufacturing plants. Elon was on a podcast and he was being asked about energy in some capacity. They said, why don't you build more data centers? Why don't you build more of this, that? And he was like, I'm trying. It's hard to find people who can actually build them, and so not. Yes, that's a good question. Uh, I think this format's pretty good because you guys can see I have my little AI chat here that I can also go on voice mode. I have the main one. I would like it to go all the way up, but actually it's not too bad because I can go on different tabs. RAM, memory chips, yeah, so RAM. All right. Ban GPUs, not CPUs. The export ban covered NVIDIA's GPUs. Its new Vera chip is a CPU chip built for AI agents, and it isn't on the list. Isn't on the list of what? So who to China? Oh, so this is the U.S. ban on chips. So they're going to be able to sell chips to China. Interesting. Demand doesn't just vanish when you write a rule. Just watch where the next door opens. All right. So there it is. It runs forever. Yeah. This runs one system kills one daily job. Yeah. So I'll tell you guys about what I'm doing. So I'm gonna be doing this series where I just come on here and talk. In the future, I would like to get people on and just talk to them about AI, the world. If not, I'm just going to be on here every day, making a little podcast, talking about things I see. I might change the format up a little bit. Not 100% sure, but the main thing I'm doing now, I'll show you guys I'm not going to show you guys yet. I'm going to be a little bit more careful on there. But I'm building a way to build systems. I'm calling it Stupid Simple Systems. And I think it'll be very beneficial for people to get work done. That is one talking point I want to go into is I think the whole idea of agents, it really just gets overshadowed because typically that is not, you don't just want a straight agent. And even Claude now is programmatic, which means it thinks in steps and it has logic. Typically that's what you want. You want a workflow. You don't want just a ton of agents just randomly thinking out. It's like a human. It's like for example, if I'm just gonna go say like, hey, I wanna solve this problem, instead of just having a workflow built and designed, and for that specific problem, you just go through and get the problem done. If you're an agent, you have to think of like, what is the problem? How do I want to get it done every single time? So instead, you want to give the agent a workflow. And what I'm building on Stupid Simple Systems is agentic workflows. So at a certain point, you'll be able to say, agent, go do certain task, and I want you to give me a desired output, and I'll give you a certain input of what you need to go get there, and then you figure it out, and I might even help you, figure out how to get there. Typically, you want workflows. So that's on the build. And I'll be giving a bunch of this stuff away from free. I'm going to have it on my website. Same time for tomorrow, about 20-minute video. I'm going to go throw this up on YouTube. Really look forward to it. I'm going to be building this series out.